Right. So in this section, let's talk about synchronization in Selenium WebDriver. So what is synchronization? And first you need to know that before we program something on these weights. Okay. So the very most common scenario which we come across in our daily life when we try to automate was synchronization. Let's say you have entered. Okay, let me tell you the scenario. Okay, you have entered form and asking for searching flights or hotels or whatever the tickets or movies. So you have selected a movie or a flight which you need to take, and then when you hit an enter, in general you would see the page is loading with your results, because when you select some kind of criteria and click on search, based upon your search, page will load for few seconds and it will load the entire results. Okay, so whenever you click on search and then page loads, okay, after page loads you want to click on the first result which it displayed. For example, you are searching for a flight from London to New York. Okay, you will select from London to New York and you will select the date and click on search. So based upon your search results, it will keep on loading for few seconds and it will display the results. So you want to click the first flight result. Okay, so in 99.99 cases it will load for few seconds to give the results. Okay, it not quickly display the results. That's common. Even you will see in your daily life when you work with websites, and when you want some information you provide them and click on search or click on submit, and based upon your inputs, and it will go to the back end, it will load the results by seeing some loading icon or whatever. Okay, so with Selenium you will write all the code to provide inputs, and you will click on search button using selector, and immediately you will also say get the first, click on the first flight result. But so once this searching is completed, Selenium immediately go and checks for first flight result link to click on that. Okay, but in real time it's loading 3 seconds, the results are not yet displayed. Okay, it keeps on loading, right? I'll show you the practical example. Okay, I can go back and show you one example for you, and we'll see the problem and try to automate that. Let's say airlines. Okay, let's take simple example, something like hotels. Yeah, now you see that you will give a New York. Okay, and you say some check-in date, something like that, and click on search, and you see that first this is loading, the results are not yet displayed, and then the results are displayed with the first hotel result. But while writing the code, okay, so you right click search and then you will say find the first flight, but the results are not yet displayed, and meanwhile WebDriver cannot identify it, and it will throw the error saying, hey, I cannot identify this flight result. True, it did not identify because for 3 seconds we have some other page. So how you will tell Selenium to wait 3 seconds or to wait till this page is entirely loaded? You need to tell to your WebDriver so that it understands and wait till the page is entirely loaded, and then it starts validating and clicking on the link. Okay, in real time whenever you are automating your project, so in every script you will come across this situation. Okay, if you write your plain code and run the script, it will definitely fail. It will ask that element is not displayed because it's still not in that page. You need to tell your WebDriver to wait till the page is completely loaded, and this is called synchronization. Now, so how can you achieve synchronization in this WebDriver? There are 4 different ways you can do that: implicit wait, explicit wait, thread.sleep, and fluent wait. Okay, so first you need to understand the difference between each of these wait. Then you can come to conclusion on what synchronization method you need to use for that respective test case. You may need to go to implicit, explicit, or thread.sleep, or fluent. Okay, so in interviews also, the common question which you will be facing is, what was the difference between implicit and explicit? Okay, and in this section we will try to understand carefully the difference between these all the weights and when to use and what particular weight, right? So first of all, let's start with implicit weight. Okay, now, so in implicit weight, what I can say, we will actually define a wait time globally. Like, when you instance a browser, when you create a browser called WebDriver, driver equals to new Firefox driver, after creating a driver, you say, hey, wait for 10 seconds before you throw any error, or wait for some n number of seconds. It's up to you. Before you throw exception. So what does this mean? So here it is saying that initially I am telling my driver to, whenever you click on something and you don't find the result, please don't fail immediately. Wait for, let's say, 3 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds is the ideal time to load my pages in the test case. So when you develop a test case which are 100 steps, for each step navigation, it might take some 2 to 3 seconds. So at a global level, you are saying wait for at least 3 seconds before you throw exception, like element is no error, basically element not displayed error. So when you declare that globally, we say it as implicit wait, so that in the test case, when you click on search button and it takes time to load, and then it won't fail, because we clearly told don't fail immediately, wait for specific amount of time, and by that time still if you don't find that result, then go and fail. So by providing that, it will wait comfortably for 3 seconds and then come back and find the result. This is how you can achieve with implicit wait. Okay, so what are the points, advantages of this implicit wait? So one advantage is you are defining it globally. Okay, so that if there are 100 steps in your application, and each and every step, okay, between each and every step there is some wait time, because you are clicking 100 clicks which navigate to 100 pages. So each page has some time limit to load. So if you declare it one time on the globally, that's it. It is applicable to till the driver instance is active. That means entire test case till the object is killed, WebDriver object is killed, this is applicable. So automatically your script will wait for 3 seconds before it fails. Let's say I have given 5 seconds. Now I will click on search and the application took 2 seconds to load. So then what happens? Here I am saying wait for 5 seconds before you throw exception. So that means it will not wait till 5 seconds. It will keep on listening to your DOM. DOM in the sense document object model, which is a HTML code of your web browser. So once it clicks on search, when it know that it's not able to identify, it's keep on listening your DOM to listen whether this result is displayed. If it is displayed in 2 seconds, that's it. It will come out of that implicit wait loop and continue with first flight result. Okay, it will go and click on it. It will not wait for entire 5 seconds. Okay, so as it is keep on listening to that DOM of your web browser, once the result is available, let's say your hope is to wait for 5 seconds, but if it loads in 3 seconds only, then it will not wait for fifth second. At the third second, once it is immediately available, then it's go and come out of this wait and it clicks on that link. Okay, so in this way, though we have mentioned 5 seconds here, this is the maximum timeout limit, but we won't wait every time 5 seconds. If application is visible before the 5, it will come out of it and resume it execution. Okay, it doesn't wait for full time, but maximum time limit is 5 seconds. So it can wait for 5 seconds, and if it's still not displayed, it will fail. But if it displayed in 2 seconds, it will go. So that's how implicit wait is used. So one thing you need to remember here is it will keep on listening to the DOM. So after clicking on search button, for the first time it will look for this. If it is not present, so it keeps one of its ear to on that DOM. So once it identifies, it goes into. That's it. That's about implicit wait. Now, in the next lecture, let's try to understand what is explicit wait and what was the difference between these two waits, and in what scenario what wait to be used in our test cases, right? So once our concept is clear, then we will go to one exercise, this Alaska Airlines exercise only, and we will try to use all our implicit and explicit wait, and let's understand practically how that work, right? Cool. In the next lecture, let's discuss about explicit. Thank you.